Hello and welcome to The Arena, a show about real estate, mortgage, and the boots on the ground making it happen every day. With this market being a battle, we want to bring on people that are going to help you fight and win that battle. Today I'm really excited because I have Roscoe Potts. What's going on, Roscoe?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Happy to have you here, man.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Happy
being
to
on
be
the
here.
show.
Happy to be here.
So, Roscoe, we haven't known each other that long.
Yeah.
So I wanted, and I think you're kind of new to the area.
Yeah.
And I know you haven't been at all the networking, the happy hours, that's real big in real estate for people that didn't know. So I wanted to talk a little bit about you and kind of go over what you're seeing in the market and how you attack this business in a unique way and how you're servicing your clients. So first, how the heck are you?
I'm good. I might need knee surgery, but other than that,
Oh, it's the worst.
yeah.
Can you still walk around? You get through these houses with all your buyers?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sore at the end of the day, but it's fine. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, I'm 42, so I'm sore every day and I do nothing. I make video all day. So Roscoe, tell me a little bit about. I have a sneaking suspicion you didn't grow up in Marlton
Really?
or South Jersey.
What gave that away?
I don't know. Maybe it's just your boyish good looks. We're not that good looking in South Jersey. I don't know what it is. But tell me about how did you end up here? Where did you start? How'd you end up?
So I was born and raised in Trinidad, and I came up here when I was 19. When I was in Trinidad, I always swam. I was always around the pool. So I swam competitively, represented the country, had a national record for a little bit. My coach was crazy, but looking back on it, I liked it.
What was your best in swim? What was would you swim like?
I was anything sprint, but mainly backstroke.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I could even do a backstroke.
Yeah. Well, lucky for you, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're swimming. You're doing well. You're competitive. You're on a national scale.
Yeah.
Take me to how you ended up at Pat McKenna Realtors.
So I came up here, swim in college, and I liked it here, so I stayed. I had to go through the whole citizenship process, which it's expensive and it's a long time, especially when someone else in Florida has your name. Yeah.
No way. You're kidding. It's not easy to immigrate to
No.
this country. I
No.
never knew that.
No.
So, but and what college did you end up going to?
St. Peter's College.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. A few years ago, we made it to the Sweet 16.
Well, I think also, even though real estate is it's an individual a career, it really is a team sport on so many levels.
It is.
So, kind of similar to swim.
Mm-hmm.
It's individual, but as a team, you're training together, you're learning together, you're growing together.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you seeing a lot of similarities there?
Yeah. What I see is when you're on a team, whether it be swimming or real estate, if you don't put in the work, the team lead, you don't get noticed, and you don't get helped enough, which I think is fair, because if you're not working, why should someone else work to help you out? You know what I mean? If you're not showing that you're working, why would you expect to get more than you're putting out?
You get out what you put in.
Yeah.
So going into real estate now, you're working at Pat McKenna Realtors. Mark McKenna, one of the most well-known agents in the region.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I would say he's one of the best.
Yeah. Well,
in the area.
I think he makes you say that.
Yeah. No, we got top 15 in the nation for EXP agents, so I don't have to say that, but
Well, and that goes back to the team. The one thing that a lot of people don't realize is agents who are truly on their own, they're not learning, they're not growing, and with Mark doing so much business and having a family-run business, him, his mother, his father originally started, I know, and for running this successful business for years, now there's collaboration.
Yeah.
And it seems like someone that is newer to the business, your learning curve is going to be cut right in half because of that
100%.
amazing support, right?
100%.
So going into it, what were your expectations? And now what's the reality?
So my expectations were, when I got into it, I can tell people that, hey, I sell real estate, and if they knew someone that was selling, they would say, hey, talk to Yannick. But being a swim coach, after I swam at St. Peter's, I got a job as an aquatics director and a swim coach. And that's the light that people see you in, right? That like, he's an amazing swimmer, a good swim coach. They don't see you in real estate unless you shove it down their face that you're in real estate.
They can't see. One minute you're on the side of the pool, next
Yeah.
minute you're showing them a house. It's
Yeah.
tough to bridge that gap, right?
Yeah, I'm at the side of the pool in swim shorts, no shirts on, and then they see you like this right here sometimes.
So I'd say at this point, it just seems like you've been doing this long enough. People are starting to take it a little bit more seriously. You know, it's tough because a lot of people don't realize real estate, it's just all about experience. It's all about the support, like we were saying before. And, you know, now that people are recognizing you as a legitimate person in the real estate world,
Yep.
they're starting to depend on you, ask you about your advice and,
Yes.
and what to do, right?
Yeah.
So what right now, when people are telling you they want to get into the market, they want to sell, they want to buy, what's the biggest piece of advice you're giving them?
The biggest piece of advice is, if you're looking to buy, you need to get pre-approved, pre-qualified, like 3 months out, right? Because that house is going to come up that you're going to want, and you're not going to be able to get it because the real estate agent on the other side representing the seller is not going to take you seriously if you just put in an offer without showing that you have the ammunition to back it up.
So I'll tell you a story. I just talked to a couple, young couple.
Yeah.
They're under contract with us, and they're excited about this house, but the wife was telling me that they missed out on their perfect house, their dream home.
Yeah.
Said it was a Friday night. They were just relaxing, watching some TV, some Netflix. I don't know what people do when they watch Netflix. My wife doesn't like to watch Netflix with me, if you know what I mean. So they end up, they're hanging out, perfect house shows up.
Yeah.
They see it Friday night. Because a lot of agents, seems like they're dropping these listings Fridays and then let it go the weekend.
Yeah.
So
Perfect time to drop.
perfect time to drop.
Yeah.
And case in point, they're just sitting there just scrolling through their phone and they say it. So they immediately want to put an offer in. Now they knew they qualified.
Right.
And I think this is the biggest misconception. They know they qualify.
Yeah.
They know the credit's fine. They make money. They have money. Great, great, great. But then when they wanted to put that offer in, they wanted to pull the trigger,
Right.
they couldn't do it.
Right.
So here, I don't know what lender they were using. It wasn't us.
Yeah.
We work Friday nights.
Yeah.
And I know that any good local lender has your back.
Right.
But to your point, if they would have listened to their agent maybe months later,
Right.
you just went through the motions.
Right.
Have that pre-approval letter ready. Have their options. Be able to pull the trigger. They could have gotten the house. Instead, their lender didn't even get them what they needed till Monday.
Right.
And that's a lifetime when it comes to real estate. Wouldn't you agree?
Going back to what you said about local lenders, right? Whenever I see a pre-approval come through for a local lender, I'm like, yes. When most real estate agents see a pre-approval come through from like a bigger institution, let's say like a Wells Fargo or a TD Bank, we're like, oh.
Well, Wells Fargo even got out of it. They don't even do
Yeah.
mortgages anymore.
Really?
That'll tell you something.
Yeah, cause they work a 9 to 5, right? In a market like this where inventory is low and competition's high, you're gonna need somebody local like you guys that work round the clock to get you where you need to be, right?
Yeah.
And trying to talk to these guys, they won't talk to you for like another 2 days. If you send them an email, they won't get back to you in like 3 hours. You know what I mean?
So I'm finding that it's even more than just being ready to put an offer in these days.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would agree, but when you have an offer going in, you really need to present that buyer as the strongest person possible. And it goes beyond, are they pre-approved, are they not pre-approved?
Yeah.
Something that I know we do is we'll call the listing agent.
Right.
We'll get on the phone and say, listen, we've already reviewed the credit, the income, the asset. Like they are as good as a buyer as you're going to get.
Right.
And so are you finding that that's actually making a difference in this market right now?
Yes, because it shows the that this transaction is going to be an easy transaction because the lender on the other side is doing what they got to do to make it happen. You know what I mean? You know that you're going to get to the closing table on time. You know that you're going to have your docs ready when they need to be ready.
Nice.
And I like that. I think most real estate agents like that.
Yeah, I would say pretty much communication, right?
Yeah.
They want communication.
Yeah.
So you're out there every day. You're showing plenty of houses, and I know a lot of people are scared right now. It seems like there's a lot of fear in the market.
Yeah.
So what is your advice for people that are scared and really confused? Because it's a little confusing right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, right?
Yeah. So my advice is that if you're scared right now and everybody else is scared, this is when you need to step out of your comfort zone and act, right? Because everybody's here, right? When you step out of your comfort zone right here, you're going to get the house that you want because everybody's just sitting on the sideline scared, right? Now, yeah, rates might be high, this, that, and the other, but you could always refinance when rates drop.
Sure.
Right? And the difference is when rates drop and everybody isn't scared, that's when everybody's pulling the trigger. So now your competition level is higher, right? The savviest buyers, right? Yeah, they're scared, but they listen, right? If you do like what your team tells you to do, Maximus Mortgage, Roscoe the Realtor, what we tell you to do, right? You're going to be in a good spot.
Did you trademark that?
Say what?
Roscoe the Realtor?
No, I didn't, but I should.
No.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Realtor would have a problem with it, but I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, right. So you always have options. As long as you're alive and you have breath, you're gonna always have options.
Yeah, I think people, it's not just a matter of just offering lots and lots of money
Yeah.
at these sellers. I think if you have a game plan together, you have a good team surrounding you.
Yeah.
You have a good agent that knows how to structure these offers. You have a good local lender. You're presenting a nice package deal
Right.
and concise, clear communication to the listing side. Going to give you a big chance for success. All right, so Roscoe, get out your crystal ball.
Okay.
Get it out. We saw a weird start to the year. Rates were going back down. Seems like they're ticking up a little more. I personally feel, everything I follow, I think that as we go further into this year, we're going to see them go down again. But again, a lot of confusion, a lot of fear. Get out your crystal ball.
Okay.
What are you seeing this year happen?
So I would say last year I predicted this situation to happen, right? Being like around Christmas time to the springtime, that there was going to be low inventory because this is not really a busy time for sellers to get out because their kids are still in school, right? So I also predict, because of how low the rates were when people bought, come back to this time next year, 2024, is going to be a difficult time for buyers again, because these people are sitting on these comfortable rates with these comfortable payments in the house that they could have afforded when rates were 2 and 3%, right? Why would that person want to get out there and sell their house knowing that they're going to be in a market where it might be 4 or 5% again? Now, if you have to sell, you have to sell, right? Downsizing, you need to move, job opportunities, right? You have to do it, right? But that's what I predict going to be happening next year. It's going to be just as tough as today.
So check out this analogy.
Yeah.
I kind of look at all the buyers like little fish in a fish tank. And it seems that after the holidays, they were raring to go. We were getting a ton of buyers coming in, a lot of pre-approvals.
Yeah.
Everyone's all excited, right?
Yeah.
And they're all waiting, they're all swimming around, and then you drop a little bit of food.
Yeah.
They're all hungry. You drop a little bit of food. That one listing hits, where they all go.
Right.
They'll go right to that listing.
Exactly.
And then a little bit more and a little bit more.
Right.
And I guess what we're all waiting for is for enough food to be dropped where those fish, those buyers are spread out.
Right.
So that way it's not turning into an unhealthy situation where you're getting 50,000 over, 20 offers. This is what we saw during COVID. So are you seeing it get that bad, or you think we're going to teeter on that edge, but ultimately you think we're going to be healthy?
So what I'm seeing right now is that if you have a good product, right, you did the upgrades to your home, and it's nice, those are the ones that get the over ask, right? If your home needs a little bit, like the house that you're putting up, if it needs a little bit of work or it needs like a lot of work, those are the ones that are sitting on the market for a long time. Yeah, they still sell,
Sure.
right? They still
Which
sell.
is not what they want for it.
It just right, and it won't sell in 7 days. It'll take it like 7 weeks.
I have an interesting question for you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have this HGTV culture, I've said, where they want to move in and don't want to spend money on the upgrades, don't want to spend money on the pretty kitchens and bathrooms. They want it done.
Right.
But to your point, if it's not a good product, but it's in a good location, it's not a pretty house, but it's in a great neighborhood.
Right.
So we have renovation loans.
Yeah.
Are you thinking that maybe that might make a comeback, or that's a good option that you've maybe brought up to your buyers, where if you find that location, good layout, good everything, hey, it just needs work.
Yeah.
Renovation loans, now you're creating your own inventory.
I think that that's an awesome strategy, right? Because when everybody's running to the HGTV house or the HGTV looking house and leaving this right here, that needs a little bit more work, right? Picking that up in a good location and putting the work into it, you bring it back up, you increase your equity by like if it's like in an area where it commands like 700,000 being an HGTV upgraded house, right? And you can get it for 600, right? Which is like a deal that I have right now. Comps in that area, the highest home that's sold in that area, similar to the house that I have listed right now, is 730, right? We're gonna sell it somewhere between 625, 630, right? The family that moves into that house and gets that rental loan that you guys offer,
$100,000 right there.
right?
Yeah.
Right? And they only put in like I'm not a contractor, but it only needs like about 50, 60.
So there's still, and I think that's the best part about this market is because of the limited inventory, because of, like you said, when there is a good product on the market, it's going to appreciate. It's going to demand that value.
Yeah.
So if you have an agent, and this is really the key, if you have an agent, you have a team, somebody that could sit down and talk about these options. Should you go with a rental loan? Maybe your price range is below getting a HGTV house. It's below that level of house where it's going to attract all these buyers, ton of offers, over ask, cash offers, all this stuff. Maybe you don't want to deal with that type of competition.
Right.
Maybe you want to fly under the radar, find something that's been sitting for a couple months,
Right.
do a renovation loan, get creative. So I think that's the point here is the theme, have the team around you, have the education, consult with that team, make the right choice.
Yeah.
Roscoe, you're the man. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
You got it, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
See you, buddy.